I have made a few videos about so in the past, but there are a few things I didn't mention in them, so I wanted to make another one. In this video, I focus only on the adjective and verb conjugation of sona, meaning looks like. You can form a sentence that expresses looks like by conjugating an adjective. For example, あのケーキは美味しそうですね. That cake over there looks delicious, isn't it? 美味しそうです means looks delicious, where the e adjective 美味しい has been transformed into the na adjective 美味しそうな. As you can see, the stem of the e adjective is combined with sona to form a na adjective. When used at the end of the sentence as a predicate, 美味しそうな becomes 美味しそうです. Instead of using it as a predicate, meaning at the end of the sentence, you can simply use it as a modified noun form. For example, 美味しそうなケーキですね. A delicious looking cake, isn't it? This sentence clearly shows that transformed version of the e adjective became a na adjective. You can also use a na adjective to express looks like. For example, このカバンは便利そうですね. This bag looks convenient, isn't it? 便利そうです means looks convenient, where the na adjective 便利な has been transformed into another na adjective 便利そうな. Here's an example using 便利そうな as the modifying noun form. 大きくて便利そうなカバンですね. A big, convenient looking bag, isn't it? When using an adjective with sona, it describes the speaker's intuition about something based on its appearance or what they have heard. Therefore, if the perception of an item doesn't require any guessing, sona is not used. For example, かわいい meaning cute, 赤い meaning red, 美しい meaning beautiful, are adjectives that describe perceptions with certainty, requiring no guessing. These adjectives won't be used with sona because it won't make sense to say looks like. I also covered how to use verbs with sona, but here's a quick recap. Basically, you replace masu in the mass form verb with sona. For example, 雨が降りそうです. It looks like it's going to rain. As you can see, a verb is now changed into a na adjective. You can also use it to modify noun. 雨が降りそうな天気です. It's the kind of weather that looks like it's going to rain. You can use sona with either an adjective or a verb, but the meaning is slightly different. Sona with an adjective describes the speaker's subjective intuition about the perception of something. For example, 楽しそうな party, a party that looks fun. On the other hand, sona with a verb describes the speaker's subjective intuition of something that is likely to happen shortly. For example, 雷が鳴りそうな天気, the weather that looks like it's going to thunder. In the other video, I also talked about negating in two different ways. The first one is to negate the original adjective or verb. For example, 面白い becomes 面白くない, then it becomes 面白くなさそうな. If you use it at the end of the sentence, この本はあまり面白くなさそうです. This book doesn't look that interesting. Another way is to negate an entire sentence. For example, この本はあまり面白そうじゃありません. This book doesn't look that interesting. Now, let's take a deeper look at these two ways. For adjectives, the general pattern is as follows. When using a nai form adjective, replace nai with なさそうな. As for verbs, なそうな is more commonly used instead of なさそうな. For example, the nai form of 降る is 降らない, so we say 降らなそうな. It's not incorrect to say 降らなさそうな, but we often omit さ. On the other hand, if you're talking about existence, it's always nasasona. The negation of aru is nai, and we always say nasasona. To negate the entire sentence, follow the same pattern as negating a na-adjective at the end of a sentence. For example, これは美味しそうじゃないです. You can also use other common variations such as ではないです、ではありません, and じゃありません. So what's the difference between these two forms? Negating the entire sentence can also be used to express disagreement with someone else's subjective perception, whereas 美味しくなさそうです can only express your own intuition that something seems unappetizing. Negating the entire sentence using a verb allows for more variations. Because so, using a verb expresses your intuition about something that is about to happen, negation can convey different degrees of confidence in the unlikelihood of an event occurring. For example, 雨が降りそうじゃありません. It doesn't look like it's going to rain. In this sentence, you are saying your intuition suggests that rain is unlikely. If you say 雨が降りそうにありません, you are more confident that it's not going to rain. If you say 雨が降りそうもありません, you are quite certain that it's not going to rain. If you say 雨が降りそうにもありません, you are very confident that it's not going to rain. Here's the summary. Sona, using an adjective, describes subjective perception of something or someone, whereas using a verb describes subjective intuition about occurrence of an event. You can also make nai form of adjective or verb into sona. For an adjective, it reflects the subjective perception using the negative form of the adjective. For a verb, it's the subjective intuition about unlikely occurrence of an event. Except for describing the existence, we often say nasona instead of nasasona. You can also negate an entire sentence. For an adjective, it can also be used to disagree with someone else's perception rather than describing one's own perception. When using a verb, there are several ways to negate it, and each shows different levels of confidence in the unlikelihood of occurrence. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. You can also participate in daily quizzes from the community section. If you have any requests for Japanese grammar to be covered, please leave your comments in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.